Missiles and Eisenhower's foe. But now you better listen to what I got to say. The thing I'm gonna tell you, man, may make you acting gray. I got a satellite, baby, with a red hot style that's new. Yes, I got a satellite.
Our space rocket is ready in the center of the cosmodrome. The countdown begins. Remain. All eyes fixed on the clock. 30 seconds. 10 seconds. A mighty roar. Our rocket vibrates. White hot flame gushes downward. And the great beast lifts slowly from the earth. We are about to create a new planet that we will call Sputnik.
With the Cold War at its climax, the United States and Russia were determined to become more advanced than the other. So on October 4th, 1957, Sputnik, the first artificial satellite, was launched into space, with Russia achieving this advancement.
The word Sputnik is said to have the literal meaning co-traveler, satellite, or traveling companion. This Russian satellite ignited what was known as the space race between the Soviet Union and the United States. The launching of Sputnik was a single event that led to the start of the space age. The launch also led directly to the creation of National Aeronautics and Space Administration, also known as NASA.
In 1952, the International Council of Scientific Unions decided to establish July 1st, 1957 to December 31st, 1958 as the International Geophysical Year. The scientists knew that the cycles of solar activity would be at a high point then, so this sparked both Russia's and the United States' efforts into space. Both countries were eager to be the first to launch a missile powerful enough to deliver a nuclear weapon to the other, or to launch a satellite into Earth's orbit.
Sergei Korolev, who was a Russian rocket engineer, began construction on the satellite in 1954. Measuring 58 centimeters, or 23 inches, and a weight of 83.6 kilograms, or 183 pounds, Sputnik 1 was about the size of a basketball. Sputnik was lofted into space by an R-7 rocket. It took about 96 minutes to complete each of the 1,440 elliptical orbits and flew over the U.S. 7 times a day. It carried a thermometer and 2 radio transmitters. Circling the Earth once every 96.2 minutes, it transmitted atmospheric information by radio, enabling the world to hear its constant beeping. However, its 2 transmitters only functioned for 21 days. After 3 months in orbit, it burned up while re-entering the atmosphere.
When the rocket reached a speed of 18,000 miles an hour, its flame went out, and in the silence of space, it joined the moon in orbit around the Earth.
Before the Sputnik launch, America saw their space program only as a hobby. The program received no sufficient funds and considered satellites to have no military value to the U.S. However, after the launch of Sputnik 1, the United States was quickly alarmed. Many Americans were shocked that a communist nation beat the United States into space. Rumors that the USSR satellite was spying on the United States sent fear through the American people, and the constant beeping was just a reminder that sent chaos towards the nation. This dispatch was joined with the failure of the United States' first attempt for the start of Project Vanguard. This was a program that was directed by the U.S. Naval Research Laboratory to launch the first artificial satellite into space by using a Vanguard rocket. President Dwight D. Eisenhower called the shock the Sputnik crisis. Initially, the United States government downplayed the significance of the achievement, and Eisenhower did little except to assure the public that America would launch a satellite better than Sputnik.